And welcome back to Hannity and Colmes. Reuters news agency admitted on Sunday that this photograph of an Israeli attack on Lebanon over the weekend was in fact digitally altered. Now, the photo taken by a Lebanese freelance photographer shows darker smoke than was actually present. Now, Reuters pulled the doctored photo and told the photographer that they will not use any more of his images following this incident. But is this enough to cover the serious breach of journalistic standards? Joining us now, the director of media analysis at the Media Research Center, Tim Graham, is with us. Tim, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you.
We've got a problem here because I believe and others believe that this is just the tip of the iceberg here. Is that what your study is showing at this point?
Oh, I think that if you look at this particular photographer's repertoire, you have someone, again, who comes into this and says, I'm going to take pictures in Lebanon, and they look very much like photos that are staged by Hezbollah. I mean, I think that a lot of bloggers in the last couple of days have been able to really put up some pictures that show this guy's trying to stage photos in such a way to make it look just as worse as possible for the Israelis in this conflict.
Well, the idea, obviously, is to make it look worse than it really is, rather than tell the truth of what's happening in the story. There's another one, for example, where they have the flares being released from an airplane, and in fact, it would only release one, but yet it shows three. So we believe, in fact, that one is doctored, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's clumsy in the extreme. I mean, if the deceit in this, it wasn't so serious, it would just be sort of comical that they're trying to get away with this sort of thing. But I think what this shows is, look, the viewer is getting more sophisticated about the tricks of the trade that the media are trying to put over on us in this war on terrorism.
I got to tell you something. Thank God for the new media. Thank God for the bloggers. Thank God for people that are paying attention. And now their new ability through the internet, talk radio, Fox News, and other alternatives, they have the ability to get this information out, because it gets more sinister than that. Most notably, the media, for example, covered the Colmes story, and it was suggested that Israel was responsible for the deaths of 50-some-odd civilians, that this building collapsed allegedly 8 minutes after Israel had been involved in the attack. But the dating of various photos there suggested that, in fact, the same bodies were being paraded before reporters on different occasions. For example, they had pictures of a young girl that was taken to, a dead girl that was taken to an ambulance on 3 separate occasions in that instance. Have you investigated that?
Well, I think we have to be careful about the fact that the timestamps on something as to when they're posted on the Internet may not be the same as the time that the photos were taken. But I think
no. These were timestamps, actually, Tim, of when the photos were taken. I'm not saying that one is 100%, but it Tim, appears that there might be some issues.
Let's get. I'll leave a moment here. First of all, Reuters removed all the archives of this guy. This guy was wrong if he did what Reuters claimed he did. He said he was working in a dark area. He couldn't see the light. He claims it was trying to remove ash from it. I don't know if that's true or not. But Reuters said it doesn't meet our standards. The guy was let go, and they removed his archives. Didn't Reuters give the proper response here?
Yeah, you're sounding like your friend Ellis Hennecan, who said a couple hours ago
that
Reuters
I appreciate that.
He sets the gold standard for objectivity because they apologize. Look, if I hit you with my car and totaled your car, and I said, well, you can't question my driving ability now because I'm excellent at apologizing, the average person doesn't buy that. The fact of the matter is that when you go on the Internet, people were looking at this over the weekend, and the first question they had was, this is so absurdly not, obviously not real.
Well, we agree with that, but the point is Reuters did what it had to do.
And the point is that Reuters says it has a standard where Mr. Hodges' photos went directly to the senior global picture editor for that serious professional to say this is worthy of Reuters or it's not worthy of Reuters.
They are tightening their editing standards. They removed his entire archives. They said there's a zero-tolerance policy for this. What more do you think Reuters should do that it hasn't done?
Well, I think it clearly needs to do what the New York Times did in the Jason Blair thing. They need to not just take the 920 pictures down. They need to evaluate those and see if they were true or false. They've appeared in papers like the New York Times, and the papers that ran them, they need to study it too.
All right, Tim, appreciate your time. When we come